Welcome to your lesson in tension testing and universal testing machine apparatuses. Today we're going to talk about, here's the three samples you'll use. We have cast iron, which is your darker sample, kind of shiny as your steel, and of course aluminum's real light and shiny. To mark these, the easiest way is to lay them on the table. Use this beveled edge here. Nice black line. Okay. Place it in your marking device. Get your black marker on the downside. Rotate it back and forth a couple times. You end up with a couple, you probably can't see them in the video, but a couple of nice marks on your line. This is your extensometer. This piece, the piece here is really a compressometer, so don't panic when it reads negative. It's running backwards. Your calipers for doing all your measuring. This is your load cell, and this is UTM itself. Safety-wise, eyewear always on. When you're testing, this shield goes in front of the machine. Everybody stays out of the middle of the aisle. Everybody stays in front of the machine.
All right, to run the actual test, the first thing that we're going to do is use our calipers to measure the diameter at 3 different locations and record those readings of the diameter on our data sheet. We'll then use those 3 to take an average and calculate the area of our sample. Once we've done those initial measurements, it's time to mount the specimen in the UTM machine by threading it into the chucks at the top and the bottom. Okay, now that the specimen is mounted in the tension machine, it's time to install the extensometer, and then once that is installed, we'll begin to run the experiment. As you install the extensometer, you'll notice that it has 2 pieces. It's important that these 2 pieces are properly aligned. You'll also notice that there is a plunger on the front, and that plunger should be sitting on top of a little platform coming out of the bottom piece. Now that we have the specimen mounted, the extensometer in place, we'll zero the extensometer. We will zero the load meter. We will make sure that the peak reset has been reset on our load meter, and we'll confirm that our peak value is currently reading 0.
So now, prior to running the test, we'll introduce a seating pressure to take out all the slack in the system. And we'll do that by applying the pump gently until this is rising off the bottom. Go ahead. Quick. You can see the whole machine's still slack. Right? So we're taking the slack out of the system. All right, hold on. And now we'll apply just, now that we can feel the contact down here at the bottom, we'll apply just 1/10 more on the load gauge. So go ahead up to 60. And now that the whole machine has the slack taken out of it, we can zero our deformation here and our load there. Taking the slack out of the system is an important first step, because otherwise we would be reading the machine friction rather than the actual movement of the sample. So now we're ready to begin our test.
And our test begins in 0.01 millimeter increments.
So we go slowly with our initial load. Go ahead, Don. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 thousandths. Read.
0.95 kilonewtons.
And now we're at 13, 14, 15 thousandths, 16 thousandths, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Read.
2.26 kilonewtons.
And still showing no pressure on our pressure gauge, so nothing to record there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Read.
3.46 kilonewtons.
And still nothing showing on the pressure gauge.